What's good, everyone? It's Jerry, and today I just want to talk about 7 of my favorite all-time fragrances. I want to say this list is in no particular order, but overall, I'm just going to talk about how they make me feel. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Creed Aventus. This is a fragrance that I stumbled upon by accident. I was going to my mother's room where her man, also sleeps, and I saw this fragrance, and I had to test it out. Tested it out, and I was like, oh my god! I think this is the first luxury fragrance I've ever smelled, and I was hooked. I was hooked. This, wow, it was just so different. It has stuff like uh, apple. I think the note that people pick up the most is the pineapple and the woods that come out of this. So it's not just pineapple, it's some patchouli. I can never figure out what patchouli actually smells like itself. I think I'm gonna need like those test vials that just have that specific smell in it, or have those specific ingredients, so that I could figure out what all these different little notes smell like. But yeah, this is a great one. There's so many clones. And there's so many clones to the point where I've bought fragrances thinking they were gonna smell something different or smell differently from Aventus, and turned out to be just like this, or probably like a crappier quality of it. So if you're gonna get a nice Aventus fragrance, at least I've gone to the point where dupes just don't do it for me. I need the actual fragrance, because all those Aventus dupes, they smell very cheap, low quality. Like the pineapple in there just gives it this very weird smell to me. It smells almost metallic. Funny thing is that I have not worn this yet. This thing costs so much money. If you thought I was gonna be wearing this on a day to day, no, no, no. Like, I've yet to spray this on me. That's how much I love this smell. Yeah, I can't tell you how long this lasts. I've worn the dupes like the Maraschino, the Tit, uh, Tiziana Terenzi, Orion. Smell, it's like a copy of this, but a little dulled down. Some people say stronger, but I don't get that personally. But this is a great fragrance for like the spring, summertime, fall. It's versatile. You can wear it in the day, you can wear it at night. It's kind of strong. You probably wouldn't want to wear this at like nighttime when you're going out, like a date night fragrance. At least for me. But I wear fragrances whenever. I don't choose them depending on the type of day or time or what I'm doing. I wear it based off of how I'm feeling that day. Next up, we have Amouage Interlude Black Iris. Has notes like violet leaf, orris, olibanum, cedar, leather, bergamot. Like, this is a very, to me, this is a very, I want to say like juicy fragrance. There's no real like berries or fruits in this scent for real, but like to me I get this beautiful juicy floral scent. Like, it's just mesmerizing to me. And the first time I got this, it was it put me off. Like, I couldn't get into it. And then as I started to test it and wear it and smell it, it grew on me, and it quickly got to jumped to one of my favorite fragrances. It was one of my first niche fragrances, but I'm not gonna say blind buy. In fact, I'm not gonna tell you to blind buy anything, because people's opinions are just their opinions. Can't go by based off of that. You need to test every fragrance out. Period. You need to know what it smells like. You're not gonna like it. I may like this, and you may not. So you need to go taste taste it, test it first. Not a lot of people like it. I don't know why. It's really dark, seductive smell, but I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with this smell. The next one we got on the list is Ardent from Boadicea the Victorious. This is actually a more recent pickup. Like, maybe I got this like last week. Like, quickly shot to one of my favorites. It's beautiful. Like you get this really nice rose, the oud, the vanilla. I'm not really sure what the musk in here smells like, but yeah, that's what I get. Like and when I spray it on me, I get a little bit of the oud under it, and also I smell some of that beeswax, that honeyish beeswax coming from the fragrance. Like it's a very, very nice smell, to be honest. Um, Definitely a lot more for the colder nights. Like I live in Massachusetts, so like I get the cold days, the hot days, the very hot days. But again, I wear fragrances based off of what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling. I don't wear them depending on where I'm going. Like I'll wear the most strongest suffocating scent at work. Like I don't care. It's about me. But I'm also always in the AC. Um, so yeah, I take that as you will. Great nighttime fragrance, especially when it's cool. It'll. I'm sure it'll be. This is the kind of scent that you don't want to be hot and smelling in. To be honest, you don't want to be sweaty. You don't want to be hot. Like it's probably gonna be a little obnoxious. So definitely wear this in a cooler in a cooler weather. But it's also very expensive. Boadicea in general is pretty expensive. What I would give to test one of their like $1,200 fragrances. Oh my goodness, though I'm sure it smells magical. But again, Ardent by Boadicea the Victorious. Great smell. Next up, we have, I think, the first fragrance I've ever bought that was over $300, and that is Bond Number Nine's Riverside Drive. I was obsessed with this smell. This is definitely one of the first, like, I'm not even gonna say luxury, but like luxury fragrances that I bought. I got this fragrance because I'm pretty sure I saw Kevin Samuels talking about this. And of course, I blind bought it because one, I didn't know where I could get samples. You can definitely, well, I know now, and you get samples from places like Scent Split. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where I get all my samples from. But this one, violet, basil, pineapple, patchouli, cedar, sandalwood, like such a beautiful fragrance. Like this is what a man smells like to me. But also, it gives me. I'm Haitian, so it smells like something my father would wear, and I don't mind that in a bad. I don't say that in like a bad way, because this smells good. Like you definitely try this out. Riverside Drive is a spring summertime scent. You're gonna want to wear this in the daytime. Um, but I would encourage you wear it whenever you want, because who's gonna tell you otherwise? Uh, definitely a good buy. I don't think this is one of the Bond Number Nine fragrances that I've really talked about, but definitely sample this, try it out if you can. It's a great one. Now, the fifth fragrance I'm gonna talk about. Oh, you kind of already saw it. South Slope by Michael Malone and Gent Sense. This smells magical. This smells so good. I can even say that South Slope is a citrus fragrance. Like there's citron in there, Italian mandarin, black currant, but like it's so good. And I only got it because I watch people like Jen Sense, and he was talking on and on about this, about him making a fragrance or working on a fragrance, and I happened to go to the mall, and it was in the mall, uh, the fragrance store that I was in, and of course I had to smell it. And when I smelled it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm buying it," and bought it right then and there. And not only that, I bought another one, another Gent Sense Michael Malone fragrance, which right now the name is eluding me. Got it. It's Edgewater. I got Edgewater as well. This is a really good one too. It's a real coconutty, tropical. I was gonna say flavor, fragrance. That one's pretty good. Check that out too. But South Slope, really good one. Really good one. I know the notes say there's leather in this, or leather accord. I'm not quite sure what leather accord smells like or what an accord smells like or supposed to smell like, but I don't get leather in this. So if you're someone who doesn't like leather, like me, I'm not a big leather person. I like Cedroit Boise from Mansara, but what can I say? Really beautiful. It's amazing. Sample this, try it out. If you could get it, get it. Get it. Actually, don't get it. Sample it first, then decide if you're going to buy it. The sixth one. Again, this is not in any particular order. Hard to decide which one I like more. F it. Uh, Acento by Zherzhov. I got this and I had no idea what to expect. Like a lot of the Zherzhov fragrances I sampled, this wasn't one of them. I blind bought this, and that's because a lot of people have been talking about Acento in very high regard. I thought it was going to be a really fruity scent. It's not that at all. People talk about how Acento's a pineapple fragrance. I don't get it. I don't smell any pineapple. This gives me a much more floral vibe than anything. Um, like I really wish I could tell you what notes I pick up from this. Like maybe like a very slight hint of vanilla, but that's about it. Everything else, I just smell flowers, and it's gorgeous. Like this, I know this is a fragrance that actually has iris in it. Which you would think this has iris in it, it would smell something like interlude black iris. It doesn't. This is a much more lighter fragrance. It has a lot more complexity to it. I feel like. I mean, there may not be a million notes in it, but the notes in this is just the composition just blows me away. Like I definitely, oh, I wish you could see where, like it's like down here. It's like down here. That's how much I wore it. I had to put it aside because I've bought some other fragrances, but this is definitely one that like fills the room, projects like a monster, will be on my skin for at least 8, 9 hours. And sometimes on a really cool day, if I sprayed enough of it, I could smell it on me and my clothes the following day, like a full 24 hours later. Like that's how strong this fragrance is. And that's why I like Zherzhov, because they put their foot in all their fragrances. I'm telling you, like it's amazing. Acento, Zherzhov. Check it out. If anything, I would say blind buy this fragrance. You can't be disappointed. You can't go wrong, unless you really hate floral scents. Then yeah, you might go wrong. But this one, great. I would spray it on me right now, but I'm wearing a different scent, and I don't want those scents to mix. So the last fragrance, probably like my most fragrant, my probably my most favorite fragrance right now, has to be Meteor by Louis Vuitton. This smell is astounding. Like a lot of frag heads will talk about, oh my god, it's very basic. You know, someone else has probably already done it. It smells like something that I've smelled somewhere else. I don't care. I don't care. Because if this smells like things that you smell out there, or if you think this smells like a designer fragrance, you're out of your mind. I mean, I guess you could say it's a designer fragrance because it's Louis, but like this is like a luxury designer fragrance, okay? Like this one, and this is another fragrance. It's like people talk about its fruit or it's citrusy. I mean, I can smell the citrus just straight from the cap right now or the top of the bottle right now. Stuff like orange, bergamot. Like I think there's like two different oranges in this fragrance. Uh, I know there's nutmeg in this, but like, what does that smell like? If anything, I smell neroli. Like this is definitely a fragrance where I smell the citrus and I smell the neroli. I don't smell the cardamom, or at least I don't know what stuff like pepper and cardamom smells like. So I wouldn't be able to be like, oh my god, I smell the pepper, or this pink pepper and this regular black pepper. I don't smell that. I smell citrus and neroli. But whatever else is in here, well, this cardamom, I know it's cardamom and like nutmeg and vetiver oil. Like I don't even know what vetiver smells like. So don't, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, these notes smell like this, or you can really pick out X, Y, and Z. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. It smells amazing. It's different. If these TikTokers out here are talking about, oh, everyone smells this, smells like this, they don't. I promise you, they don't. No one's ever smelled a fragrance like this. You haven't smelled a fragrance like this until you go out there and smell it yourself. This is phenomenal. Will I say it's worth the price point? Hell no. Any fragrance that costs than 300 more than $200 is crazy. And it's crazy people are actually buying at that price. Like it couldn't be me. Like I mean, well, it is me because you can't find this on discounters, but like I would not recommend anyone go out and buy this. Like if you happen to run into some extra money, then sure, go out and get this for you. At least test it. Atrape Revs, amazing. Pacific Chill, great. Afternoon Swim, great. Sur Batant, amazing. But definitely go to your local Louis Vuitton store and just sample these fragrances. I think that some of the Louis Vuitton fragrances are blind buy worthy, but this is definitely like a spring summertime fragrance. You're gonna wear this during the day. Does it project? If you spray enough of it, it'll project. I think the sillage is moderate. Uh, lasts on me, on my skin, like 8, 9 hours, 10 hours. But I'm always in a nice cool area. I'm not like sweating it out. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be like, fragrances really projecting the heat. That could be the case. I'm not sure, but this is definitely one that it's one that lasts on me, especially in my clothes. It lasts a very long time in my clothes. Like I wake up the next day, I still smell like this. Like it is what it is. Meteor, Louis Vuitton, get it. Like I don't think you'd be disappointed. I don't think you'd be so disappointed in a lot of Louis Vuitton fragrances. And anyone who tells you otherwise, they're just haters. For regular people like you and I, great. Like I'm not like I'm not really deep in the frag community like that where I'm gonna talk trash about different scents. I mean, there are definitely scents that I don't rock with for real, but that's just my personal preference. Just like fragrances, all about your personal preference. I could say I like something and you're not gonna like it, and that's okay. Everyone has different opinions on stuff, and that's okay. Thank you for watching, listening for as long as you did. In the comment section down below, tell me what your all-time favorite scent is, and or put some of your recommendations down in there. I'd be happy to try them. I love hearing about frag houses that people don't really talk about for real and have hidden gems. Send me all your hidden gems. I want to smell them all. I want to own them all. That's it. Follow and subscribe if you'd like. Thank you.